Hey everybody. Today I wanted to quickly just show you what I'm using for my control scheme because I find it to be very comfortable on your hands. Makes it very easy for you to do all the basic commands and probably some of the more advanced commands that you would need to do on your controller without without becoming a contortionist. Um, Let me show you what I'm talking about. Well, actually, before I do that, let me just segue by first saying I think one of the most challenging aspects of this game, besides just hitting the lines, is not crashing. And some of the ways that I've crashed most often is I'm either on the right stick, trying using my rider weight when I'm trying to turn into a 180 turn off my rear brake, just leaning it over. And another way that I tend to crash is by um, trying to slow down, I guess, with my front brake into a turn and just kind of tapping the throttle, and then just kind of loosen, maybe looping out a little bit. So what I found for that works for me at least um, is this. So keep in mind this is with the manual transmission, which is definitely something you want to do, um, but with also not sacrificing your thumbs off the sticks. So what I've done is I've obviously kept accelerate as R2, but I've actually made my front brake R1. And the reason for that is with the same finger that I'm trying to accelerate, I don't generally want to do both at the same time. And this is a great way for me to naturally get my finger off of one onto the other one. So this is kind of a nice way. And plus, it's actually really smooth how your finger can transfer from the R1 button into the accelerate. So I like that one a lot. And next is the rear brake. This is going to seem weird. I already know that. But I like to have the rear brake on X because most often when I want to use the rear brake, I do not want to be on the right stick. And so putting this at X gets my thumb off the stick. I can use the rear brake, I can get back on the thumb stick on the right stick and be on my way. And this change alone um, has really made it easy for me just to not crash for so many silly mistakes. So if you're one of the guys, excuse me, if you're someone who actually plays kind of aggressive on the controller and you find yourself kind of making mistakes and turns and such, this might be the move for you. If you really want to get that right thumbstick or right thumb off that right stick, you might even try considering making this circle. So that's probably the weirdest change I have. Maybe not. Next one is the gearing. So like I said, I want to keep my thumbs on the sticks as long as possible, except for in situations where I would normally crash. Now, as far as gearing goes, or shifting up and shifting down, the reason I moved that over to the L1 and L2 is again, is to make sure that I'm able to continue to accelerate without sacrificing my fingers off the triggers to try and hit the shifting up and down, or moving my thumbs off the thumbsticks to shift up and shift down. So this is a very natural position for me. Again, it takes some getting used to if you've been playing these Supercross games for a little while, but I promise you. Oh my gosh. I'm not sure why I'm so tired, but I promise you that when you can get this onto the left side, it's very gratifying. It feels really good to be using your left hand, to do the shifting. You can go back and forth on these. The only reason I like L2 is just because for my brain, it just feels more natural to want to go into my next gear by getting that extra little squeeze on that left, the L2 button. Other than that, I don't think I've made any other changes here. Certainly, the overall scheme is very different for most people, but I just think that this control scheme is one going to be more comfortable for your hands. You're not going to have to become a contortionist or get those thumbs off the sticks when you really need them. And also, I think it's going to help you make fewer mistakes and crash a little bit less by misusing either of the brakes with your accelerator. But yeah, that's it. Give it a try, and yeah, hopefully it works out for you. Thank you.